What's up, everybody? It's Landon, and we're gonna pop a squat and tell a little story. Seems fitting to tell the story below you, sir. We're gonna discuss what has been going on up to this point in the game. A lot of it is left up to interpretation. A lot of this is my interpretation. A lot of it is fact from the lore within the game. So, if you seek other opinions and other things, I suggest you look it up. This is just what I think. In order to really understand what's going on, you have to look back at how it all started. If you remember, Alfred mentioned something about tombs below Yarnum the first time we talked to him. The people of Bergenworth actually found access to these tombs, as well as an ancient race known as the Sumerians. And they were very close to these quote-unquote gods, which are called Great Ones. These tombs are playable, they're optional, they are the chalice dungeons in the game. The lady that you saw after we killed Rom is actually named Yarnum. She's the queen of the Sumerians, and the town above the tombs you start in was named after her because she was also found in the tombs. You can actually find her yourself in the chalice dungeons if you go far enough. When they found her, Yarnum was pregnant, but she lost her child. So, the people of Bergenworth also discovered the blood of a Great One, because Yarnum's child was a Great One. Which suggests that Sumerians were extremely close to the Great Ones, and the Great Ones found her worthy to carry their child, but it obviously did not work. And they're a little salty about this. So, with their findings, the people returned to Bergenworth, and, scholars started to study it. Among the scholars were Willem and Lawrence. Willem thought that in order to make contact with the Great Ones, one had to infuse themselves with their blood, which many people became corrupted by this need to know what's going on, whatever's going on, and they started to do that as well. Lawrence actually disagreed with him and left and founded the Healing Church, which, if you remember from the memory after Vicar Amelia, Willem calls Lawrence a betrayer, and that's why. The Healing Church started doing blood ministration or transfusions, whatever you want to call it, for the people of Yarnum. The blood actually cured illnesses, which made people worship it and the Healing Church. Eventually, this miracle blood actually started doing the opposite. It started creating a bloodborne, hence the name of the game, disease that spread across the entire place. And every time the moon got close, the people affected by this disease turned into beasts, which started these hunts. Yet, people still used blood because they were addicted to it, which I think even in the lore of the blood cocktails, they say that people made more blood than alcohol here. So that shows you how important it was to them. Because of this disease, Yarnum was burned to the ground and sealed off by the Healing Church, which is now known as Old Yarnum. And if you remember, it is still burning, which is weird because after all this time you'd think it wouldn't be, which is kind of suggesting that this is also an alternate reality. So we don't really know what's real. I don't know. Like I said, it's all left up to interpretation. Take it as you will. But the illness obviously followed because people were still using the blood, The church also blocked off Bergenworth as though it was hiding something. It blocked it off pretty darn good. We actually found it, obviously, and we found the first great one in the game, which is Rom. We killed Rom, but why did we kill him? If you remember, we jumped down into that lake, and he was not bothering us one bit. He was just looking at us. He did not care. He could care less if we were there, but we hit him, and he obviously defended himself. But if we hadn't hit him, we probably could have had a slumber party with him. I don't know. It's because, this is my opinion, hunters are meant to hunt. So they're kind of mindless. I'll get to that back in a little bit, but that's just my thought. Rom was put there for a reason, and I'm thinking maybe by Willem. He did spend most of his life actually trying to understand all this Great One stuff. And I'm thinking he found one, and he put him there for a reason. And that's pretty obvious, because after we kill Rom, we break an illusion, and you actually see, if you remember from the last video, Yharnam standing there crying, and she's crying and looking at a once pale moon, hence pale blood, which is now red, symbolizing the blood of a newborn Great One. And you can even hear its cries in the video, so that's pretty factual. Rom was hiding the reality that a new Great One had been born. In order to stop all of the madness, the hunts of the beast, the false healing, the insanity, which is basically knowing too much. Remember that. We have to basically kill the newborn, its caregivers, and the other Great Ones. And that will essentially stop the nightmares and the hunter's dream. And only in this way can we bring peace to these alternate realities, or this actual reality. Who knows? Or it may just screw everything up. We'll have to see. But only hunters can actually do this. Only hunters are strong enough to use blood echoes in a way that benefits them. If they stay focused on the task at hand, they can actually get stronger by this. But some actually lose their way, like Henrik, for instance, and turn into beasts anyway. And I'm thinking that Gehrman, this is my opinion, calls hunters to the dream and teaches them his ways in hopes that they will do what needs to be done for him, because he is so old. He is the first hunter ever, after all. And I don't know, that's just me, and that's why I said maybe they're mindless. Maybe Gehrman is kind of controlling us in a way. I mean, we are just kind of thrown into everything, and he's basically he is the first person we talk to. So who are you gonna trust? Can't trust yourself, you don't know anything. You're gonna trust Gehrman, obviously. And this is basically the gist of what is going down right now. So we have opened up the reality of this true world or this dream. Either way, we've learned too much. We are insane enough to actually see these Great Ones, and now we have to undo everything. So there's the story, folks. I hope that shed a little light on things. Obviously there's more to the story, and I'll try to go through that later as we get to it, but that's the basic gist. So I'm hoping that made sense. I hope that caught you up on things. Like I said, ton of this is up to your own interpretations, so don't go verbatim on what I said. Make your own assumptions. Have your own ideas. That's what Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all of these games are about. It's like having your own ideas about what is going on, making your own story out of what is going down. Obviously the creators know what's going down, but they want you to figure it out in your own way. So with that being said, this was just a little story, a little lesson on what has been going down, and I thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios!